Muy buenas tardes, amable y gentil teleauditorio. Feliz sabadito bonito. De nuevo, a esta hora, como es costumbre, cada fin de semana, presentamos uno más de los programas de la serie In the Blink of an Eye, presentado por una gentil cortesía de Pueblo Tires and Service. Saludándoles con mucho gusto a esta hora, servidor y amigo de ustedes, Armando Rangel, el locutor número 19. Con mucho gusto, recomendándoles para que acudan a cualquier Pueblo Tires. Tenemos 13 tiendas distribuidas en todo el sur de Texas, desde el Valle del Río Grande hasta Alice, hasta Kingsville, hasta Río Grande City, hasta Brownsville, Huelaco, en fin, visítenlos para que usted le dé servicio o mantenimiento a su vehículo, a su carrito, a su camioneta. Les recuerdo que todos los miércoles y jueves tenemos especiales, cambio de aceite convencional por solamente $22, además una inspección de 7 puntos de su vehículo. Los miércoles por ser Día de las Damas y los jueves por ser Día de la Familia. Además de eso, tenemos muchos otros servicios aparte de nuestra especialidad, que son las llantas y los rines para que su vehículo se vea bien guau, bien perrón. Y hablando de guau, en esta ocasión nos encontramos aquí en la Sociedad Protectora de Animales en la ciudad de Edinburgh, en la avenida Trenton, entre la Jackson y la McCall, amigos, en Edinburgh, donde tenemos, o tienen mejor dicho, una gran cantidad de perritos, de gatitos que están puestos para adopción. Pero para eso tendremos más detalles con el capitán Benjamín Valdés, que va a estar entrevistando a una integrante de este centro para que le dé más detalles. Mientras tanto, quiero invitarlos a que se queden, no se vayan con nosotros. Continuamos con el programa In the Blink of an Eye después de este corte comercial.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, the cycle continues for us all. 2018 is come and gone. Change your oil, you can't go wrong. That's right, you betcha.
So now you're a politician, Boozy?
12 months ain't enough. Up 24 months to pay, and you'll be on your way. Ain't no credit needed. That's right, 2019, you will sing Shampoozy.com. So much fun. Que bailen.
Think tires, think Pueblo.
Así es, amigos, hasta 24 meses para pagar y no necesitas crédito. Si ellos dicen no, nosotros decimos sí. Llevo eso al banco, puedes apostar.
No hay tal cosa, Shampoozy, te apuesto.
Sí, tienes la opción de hasta 100 días para pagar temprano. No esperas el income tax, ven hoy mismo. Aplica, compra y disfruta. Así es, Shampoozy.com. ¡Que bailen!
Think Pueblo.
We're back. Hello, folks. Welcome to, once again, In the Blink of an Eye with yours truly, Benjamin Valdez. And I'm here at the Palm Valley Animal Society, here at the Trenton Center. And we're going to learn more about this organization that has to do with animals and cats and dogs and so forth. But today my guest is Alex Torres. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, first of all, who do we have here?
This is Miss Mauve. She's about 3 years old. She's a little scared, but
Yeah. It's her first interview.
yeah.
She's a little shy. Maybe
Yeah,
she
okay.
wants makeup or something, right? Well, the Palm Valley Animal Society, I know they changed the name. Mm-hmm. Used to be a Palm Valley Animal Shelter, I believe. Mm-hmm. So, again, welcome, folks, and on behalf of Pueblo Tires and Service, we just hope that your new year is starting off with a bang. At Pueblo Tires and Service, we just want to remind you we have 13 locations to serve you. We've been in business since 1972, going on 48 years now, and we do have those financial options up to 24 months to pay and no credit needed. Now that I got that out of the way, okay, Alex, what is your position here at this organization? What do you do as a young lady here and you holding this little puppy here or dog?
I am a foster coordinator. I am a part of the foster department. Our job is to get animals from the shelter into homes so we can get to know a little more about them. Dogs like Mauve that are a little too scared that would do better in homes. Dogs that are a little too young. Cats that are too young. Moms and babies, just to get them out of the shelter into homes. That way we can learn more information about them. So when it is time for their adoption, we have stuff to let them know, like, hey, they're good with kids, they're good with cats, they're just more information on them.
So if somebody's interested out there, they can come here. They can actually take a tour, correct? And okay, you like you just mentioned, if somebody say, okay, I'm interested in, in Miss Mom here, could you tell me a little bit about her? And you kind of have an understanding, a little bit know-how about her tendencies, her habits. And now, as far as the tour goes, tell us, what kind of animals do you have? Is it just strictly dogs, or do you have cats? Or?
So we have dogs and cats. We do also have possums, but those aren't available for adoption, unfortunately.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, that's, I was looking at some of the literature you have here, and when it comes to possums, I think we've all run into possums or seen them at one time in our life. They're pretty much everywhere. But I read something here that possums actually are good for the community. You see them and you tend to go, ooh, right? But they're actually part of the ecosystem, I guess, if you call it like that, and they do a lot of good for the community that we just don't realize, because they look kind of intimidating, right? And then you think about a possum and it's but they actually do some good. So you actually house possums here every now and then? Yes, we do. We house possums. We make sure they're healthy and make sure they're good to go back into the wild, and we do release them. I think it is in Mission. Okay. They have their own sanctuary and they go back into the wild. How about that Possum Hotel in Mission? Okay, now if somebody wants to, hey, I've got this dog, or I found this dog, stray dog, and they want to bring it here, what is the process? I mean, can they do that? Yes, you can. It is by appointment only, Monday through Friday, 11 to 2, 3 to 6. You can find the phone number for that online at pvactx.org/foster. Sorry, that was wrong. It's okay. Tell us again, what is it? Online at pvactx.org under services, and it'll have all the information there. I think as of right now, there is no fee to drop somebody off, but it is by appointment only. Okay, by appointment only. All right, and approximately how many animals can you house here? Approximately. I want to say about 1,000. We have quite a few animals. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I was there once, and if I remember, that was about 3-4 years ago. They gave us a tour, and when you see the front of this building, you think that's all there is to it, but you actually have another part of the course towards the back, correct? Mm-hmm. So again, and our society, and again, unfortunately, you see a lot of animals that sometimes they're stray, sometimes they're lost, or whatever you call it, but and unfortunately they get hit a lot they get run over. And you all here at the Palm Valley Animal Society, you're in a way you're rescuing these animals in a way, right? And protecting them as best as you can. Yes. And hopefully they'll find a home in somebody's home. So if you're looking for a pet, dogs, cats, and maybe even a possum, it's possible, right? It's possible. Okay. So Alex, we've got more information to share with the folks here. As far as locations, you only have one location or two? We have 2 locations. We have our location on Trenton, and we have our other location off of 281. Off of 281, okay. Now, do you work at both locations? Do you go back and forth, or? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes? Okay. What are the hours of operation here? We're open not 24/7. We're open 11 to 7, 365. Okay. Well, again, on behalf of Polo Tire Service, this programs that we're bringing to you is our way of reaching out to the community, just sharing some positive news with yours truly and my co-host Armando Rangel, El Locutor number 19. We want to bring this information to you so that you can realize the good that there is in our community. There's a lot of, when you look at the news pretty much on a daily basis, a lot of it's kind of sad. It's pretty sad news, violence, you name it. But there are organizations here in the Valley that actually do a lot of good for our community. And today we're here at the Palm Valley Animal Society at the Trenton Center. And again, these little animals, you know, they need love. They're caring. They give us love. They're good pets, and we're finding out about what this organization does for them. So, but in the meantime, we got to take a little break, and we'll be back in the blink of an eye.
Invierno, primavera, verano y otoño. El año 18 se ha terminado. Cambia el aceite de tu carro. Si no te dejará tirado. You betcha.
Ahora te crees poeta, Shampoozy.
Tienes la opción de hasta 24 meses para pagar y no necesitas crédito. Cantarás un nuevo canción, shampoozy.com. ¡Qué alegría en mi corazón! Así es que bailen.
Think tires, think Pueblo.
Well, hey, folks, don't wait on your next paycheck or your income tax refund. That's just silly. We got payment options that include up to 100 days early payoff. You betcha, that's right.
So what happened to the 24 months to pay, Shampoozy?
Folks, we still got that. You can choose to pay early or take up 24 months. It's your choice, but do it today. Shampoozy.com. That's right, Kev Island.
Think tires, think Pueblo.
We're back, folks, here in the blink of an eye with yours truly, Benjamin Valdez. And on behalf of Public Service, again, we want to thank you for 48 years of serving the community. You know, it's a new year, new opportunities. If you haven't had a chance to maybe get that new set of tires for your car, hey, come see us. We do have financial options up to 24 months to pay and no credit needed. You can apply online, but we prefer you come visit us, 13 locations throughout the valley. So come visit us today. Well, here we are again at Palm Valley Animal Society today. This is where we're at today with yours truly and Armando Rangel, my co-host. I think he's out there getting a cup of coffee somewhere or taking a nap. I don't know, but here we are with Alex Torres. And how long has Mrs. What do you call her?
Mauve.
Mrs. Mauve, how long has she been here?
She's been here about a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Do you know her story, her background?
So
Did they drop her off? Or?
Yes, she was an owner surrender. She was dropped off with a couple of other moms and some babies. But we've noticed her time here. She's a little scared, a little
timid,
nervous. Yeah, a little timid. So we are trying to help her with that.
Trying to break that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully she'll break out of it after today. Then she's going to want to do more interviews. These animals, that, like I said, mostly dogs and cats. Every now and then, you know, possum here, possum there, bunnies. What happens when, I know you all have a process, you know, you feed them at a certain hour. Do they all get fed about the same type of food, or depending on what kind of animal they're, I mean, or size, when it comes to say dogs?
So they usually get fed about the same type of food. I know we do get donations from HEB. So they do get fed Heritage Ranch here most of the time, and the same for the cats. They do get fed the same.
Okay. And now, just like humans, you know, they might be a little under the weather every now and then. They get ill. You also have a staff on site that can check on their health?
Yes, we do have a very big medical team, and our medical team takes care of all their vaccines, their flea and tick, their heartworm treatments. If they start to get a little cold, they'll medicate them for that. So we do have a medical team that does make sure our animals are up to date and good with their health.
Okay. Any advice you would give to the public, you know, if they see a stray animal or I know it's kind of rare these days, but every now and then you see dogs that are wandering around or they get in your yard or even any kind of animal, possum. I know it's something maybe of the past that we don't see as a prevalent problem today. You know, when dogs, I know there was once upon a time that, you know, a dog had rabies. I don't know if you've ever seen that here in your, you know, early career here. Have you ever seen any animals that have symptoms like that maybe they have you know, some kind of real bad? The one I can think of is rabies. I'm sure there's other, you know, like you mentioned, heartworm. You know, it's difficult to tell when a dog has heartworm. As far as I know, I've owned a few pets in my life. We've had about 3 dogs, and I've yet to notice, okay, well, they're sick. Maybe they don't want to eat. We did have one puppy, now that I remember. She was a mix between a poodle and I don't remember the other one, but she got to the point where she wouldn't eat, and she was just like shaking. And he said, you know, something's wrong with her. So we took her to the hospital, the hospital vet here in McAllen, and she had a litter of puppies, and a few weeks later she was just shaking, and we took her there, and they took her in just like a regular patient. They put her in a little stretcher. They came back. Well, we're checking her vitals. They said she's going to be okay. They gave her a shot, evidently because she was nursing with those puppies. She was losing a lot of potassium or something, and she got to a point where her body was breaking down. And is there moments that you've probably seen that here? But what advice would you give to somebody like in my case? We panic and we say, you know what, we better do something because this doesn't look normal. And would you advise them if they see symptoms in their dogs or pets of? I know people take very well care of their animals, but maybe sometimes we overlook certain things. What kind of advice could you give us in that regard?
If you notice anything in your pet, I would advise going to a vet straight away. My cat was vomiting. I was crying and crying. I cried my way into a earlier vet appointment, but it turns out she was fine. So, I would rather be safe than sorry and take your pet to a vet.
Yeah, because they are, you in Spanish you say, te ingres con ellos, they become part of your family. They become part of the, they want to be involved and pets, they can be lovely animals. So here at the Palm Valley Animal Society, again, there's 2 locations.
Yes.
One here, where's the other one again?
Off of 281.
Off of 281. And so you can house quite a bit of animals here.
Yeah.
And you said the hours are, okay, in general terms, from Monday through, you're open 365 days a week, so any day of the week you can come here.
Yes.
And the hours that are actually open from 11?
11 to 7.
11 to 7. So if you want to donate, or you want to not donate, but maybe you can't keep up with a puppy anymore because maybe you're moving away. You say, you know what, we can't take this puppy with us or this dog with us, because sometimes they're not allowed in certain places, of residents. I've known people say, I can't keep my dog anymore because I'm moving to a, set of apartments and they don't allow pets there for some reason, So that can happen. So they can actually bring them here, right? And will house them here, and hopefully one day somebody will come in here and take them home for a pet.
Yes.
Is that kind of how it works?
Yep.
All right. Anything else in particular that we haven't discussed as far as the Palm Valley Animals Society goes? The process of if you want to adopt, again, you have to fill out paperwork. Is there some, how shall I say, do they have to qualify when somebody wants to adopt an animal? Do you look into the background of the person who wants to adopt, or is that part of the process?
It is part of the process. The process is a 35 to 40 minutes type of thing, paperwork and all that stuff. If you have other pets at home, they will ask you about those to make sure they're good, they're healthy. Make sure that everyone, if they're not fixed, they're not sending you with an unfixed animal to prevent any pregnancies, any sort of anything. But they do look a little bit into your past. But it's not crazy, it's not ridiculous. They just want to make sure that the pet is going into a good home.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for having us here. Folks, again, on behalf of Public Time Service, we just want to remind you that we are open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're closed on Sundays, and we've got 13 locations from Brownsville all the way to Rio Grande City and upward towards Kingsville and Alice, okay? We invite you to visit us today. New year, new opportunities, and we've got financial options up to 24 months to pay and no credit needed. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back in the blink of an eye.
Well, hey, folks, don't wait on your next paycheck or your income tax refund. That's just silly. We got payment options that include up to 100 days early payoff. You betcha, that's right.
So what happened to the 24 months to pay, Shampoozy?
Folks, we still got that. You can choose to pay early or take up 24 months. It's your choice, but do it today. Shampoozy.com. That's right, Kev Island.
Think tires, think Pueblo.
Así es, amigos, hasta 24 meses para pagar. Y no necesitas crédito. Si ellos dicen no, nosotros decimos sí. Llevo eso al banco, puedes apostar.
No hay tal cosa, Shampoozy, te apuesto.
Sí, tienes la opción de hasta 100 días para pagar temprano. No esperas el income tax. Ven hoy mismo, aplica, compra y disfruta. Así es, shampoozy.com. ¡Que bailen!
Think Pueblo.
And we're back. Welcome to In the Blink of an Eye with yours truly, Benjamin Valdez, and Armando Rangel, el locutor number 19. He's somewhere out there getting a cup of coffee or something, but he'll be back in a minute. Again, we're here with Alex Torres, and we've been discussing what the Palm Valley Animal Society Center does for the animals. And there's another program that you all have that we haven't touched base on, and that's foster care or foster. Tell us about that.
So I am one of the foster coordinators. I am biased and I think it's a great program, but it does help our animals get onto homes. We did start a new program recently this month called our pajama parties. That's for our long stay dogs. All those dogs go into homes for 2-3 days, just so we can get more information about them, so the dogs can relax at home, get a weekend, just get to de-stress and get to play with kids
Get a feel
and stuff.
for the family, and the family gets a feel for the pet. So it's okay. I mean, I'm just. You said pajama.
Yeah, our pajama parties.
So the dogs get to go on a pajama party.
Yes, we did have a dog return with pajamas.
Really?
We've had 4 dogs adopted from that program already.
Okay.
So it's working.
Now, is there a fee for that?
No, it's all free. All fostering is free.
It's free. So, and in general, okay, somebody wants to adopt a dog, everything's free. Is there a charge for anything?
So as of right now, I think the fees are waived because we are at capacity. We have a little too many animals. Anybody over 6 months is $25. You do get those $25 back once you take them to surgery. And anyone younger is $75.
Okay. So, has Miss Mom, that's her name?
Mom, yeah.
Has she gone on any pajama parties?
No, she
Not yet.
hasn't. Not yet.
Not yet. Well, look like she's getting comfortable here with us
Yeah.
now. So, how old is she?
She's about 3 years old.
3 years old, and do you know what type of breed she is?
They have her as a Chihuahua.
Oh, so it's just a
not
little bigger Chihuahua, right?
Yeah, she's just a little chunky girl.
Okay.
But she's sweet.
She's sweet. Well,
Yeah.
now, these animals that are housed here, are they all housed individually, or do you have some in pairs, or?
Yeah, we do have some in pairs. Like I said, we are at capacity, so we try our best to make sure that everybody fits. So they are paired up.
Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll find a home soon, because that's the ideal, right?
Yes.
That they find a home. So, folks, if you're looking for a pet, whether it's a dog or a cat, hey, if you're into possums, it could be something that you can find here, But look here, she's ready to go. She's already calm, and there's a pajama party waiting. Okay, the foster coordinator here, Alex Torres, can inform you. Give us a phone number again, Alex, please. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
956-686-1141.
Okay, now can you give us the website and just slow it down a little?
PVACTX.org.
All right. Well, again, folks, pets are part of society. A lot of families have pets. Nowadays, there's all kinds of situations where, I know people that they just adore their animals. They do everything for them. They carry them with them. They take them on vacations. And, if you're one of those, kudos to you. But if you're looking for an animal, they can come here, correct?
Yes.
And as far as the process goes, is there a lengthy process if somebody just walks in? Hey, I'm looking for a dog. What is the first thing you ask them? What kind of dog? Walk us through that a little bit.
So when you come in, they'll greet you. They'll have you sign in, and they'll ask you, are you looking for a dog? Are you looking for a cat? Kind of get a little more information on what you're looking for, what fits your household best. And then you'll be guided through our center. Just take a look around, and hopefully somebody catches your eye.
I remember you go around, and they're in their cages or whatever, and they're, they see you, and some of them are very excited to see people, right? Because they say, hey, I'll go home, or take me home with you. Now that I remember, Alex, this was before your time here. Some years back, we had a Labrador, a pretty good sized Labrador, and he was very playful. And but I remember he got out of our fence one day, and we couldn't find him. And he said, well, Anyway, we looked, we drove around the neighborhoods, and well, he's gone, I guess. He was very playful. We thought maybe somebody picked him up, but somebody said, hey, why don't you try back then it was Palm Valley Animal Shelter. So we called here. We actually came here and said, well, we do have dogs that fit that description, and he was here. So I said, wow, naughty dog. But he was here, and they took care of him. We took him home, so it was a good ending to the story.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're gonna take one more little break, and then we'll come back and finish our interview with Alex Torres today here at the Palm Valley Animal Society. We'll be back in the blink of an eye.
Así es, amigos, hasta 24 meses para pagar. Y no necesitas crédito. Si ellos dicen no, nosotros decimos sí. Llevo eso al banco, puedes apostar.
No hay tal cosa, Shampoo, te apuesto.
Sí, tienes la opción de hasta 100 días para pagar temprano. No esperas el income tax. Ven hoy mismo. Aplica, compra y disfruta. Así es, shampoozy.com. ¡Que bailen!
Pues amigos, uno más de los programas ya va a terminar, pero nos dio mucho gusto a nosotros que representamos a Polo Tires Service, Benjamín Valdez y un servidor Armando Rangel, estar en este lugar tan encantador, un lugar que está lleno de cariño, porque saben que estos animalitos, los perritos y los gatitos, son animales que le quieren a la gente, quieren mucho a la gente, así que siente uno de inmediato que pisas el pasillo a la entrada de este lugar, el cariño, los perritos voltean a verte, los gatitos también voltean a verte, como diciendo, hey, llévame a casa contigo, me porto bien. Y bueno, pues ya llegamos al fin de uno más de los programas. Quisiera que regresemos muy pronto porque hay mucho que platicar sobre este lugar, que es el centro de recolección de animales, donde usted puede venir a adoptar los animales. Benjamín.
Well, sí, Armando, así es. Well, folks, again, it's been a pleasure. Alex Torres, what final words can you want to say to the community out there?
If you guys are looking for a dog, for a cat, you're interested in adopting, please stop by. We have someone for you. If you've lost a dog or a cat, you can also stop by. They might be here. Thank you so much.
And don't forget that they have 2 locations.
Yes.
Okay. Give us the phone number again, please. Just slow her down a little bit.
956-686-1141.
Okay. And the website?
PVACTX.org.
All right. And if they do call, anybody who answers can help them, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, Alex Torres, we thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much.
Young lady, Armando.
Muy jovencita y
young.
muy
Obviously,
profesional.
you show a lot of interest for animals, and we just wish you well.
Thank you.
Continue to do what you're doing because the community does need this type of help and assistance. The animals, they need love, just like any other human, and they can be wonderful pets. I know sometimes there's situations that are difficult, but if you're one of those that wants to adopt, here's the place to come. And don't forget that at Polo Tires, we've got financial options up to 24 months to pay. No credit needed. We invite you to visit us today, and we're there to help you, okay? And final words, Armando, like we always say, right?
Sí.
Don't forget, folks, that nobody loves you more than Pueblo Tires and Service and Palm Valley Animal Society Center.
Nobody.